Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I hope. My apologies. Had a situation had straightened out. I guess it's straightened. I don't know if it's straightened, but there's an understanding now. So the moral of the story that I had to tell the person: you don't do a tip tap for niggas with niggas. If the niggas are making noise in the neighborhood, you don't go out and make noise with the nigger. You call the police. So if the goddamn people harass you with the noise, you harass the police so the police can come harass them. Because one thing about the nigger doesn't respect authority. The first thing when I come up to the nigger, they say, "Oh, you're not the police." Well, let me call the police for you. Okay? The police, yeah, come get your nigger. Come get your nigger. They're making too much noise in the neighborhood. Thank you. Click. Tip of the day. Okay, so back to R&B, y'all. Oh, God damn. So yeah, I gotta damn tag this show, man. I had prepared everything, man. Oh God, sorry about that, y'all. Fuck, Jesus Christ Almighty. Anywho, I guess things happen for a reason. Um, as I was saying on the last video, I had to cut it short. Sorry about that. Is that R&B started in the '70s, and because R&B started in the '70s, you had um, people like Barry White. You know, this is post disco era. Barry White, Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye. Actually, a lot of these artists like Marvin Gaye, they started earlier. And I want to say the early '70s, late, but it didn't become official until after the disco era again. Origins of R&B. So in these origins of R&B, the target audience were the women, especially the artists being the men. They wanted to be, R&B. The whole goal was to have this sex symbol of a guy to be the Pied Piper for the women, to draw the women so that women could spend, consume, and buy their product and make money. So the music was designed for the women. How do I prove this? Because a lot of these guys, like your Barry Whites, I've mentioned in the past, your Teddy Pendergrasses, your Marvin Gaye's, people on that caliber, the Isley Brothers, um, a lot of them were to draw the women. So the men became the musicians of the R&B, and so they can uh, attract the women to their music. Okay, so in this process, uh, you had these different R&B men competing, and you had Barry White himself. Now you can look at the concerts that a lot of these guys did. Um, their template, like a lot of these clubs, their template comes from the whole R&B era. Like you got clubs. Are you really gonna run that light? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Um, you have like these clubs that say, "Oh, women free before 11, and oh, women free all night, women free, blah 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 blah." So a lot of these R&B concerts would do the same thing. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Carolyn? Okay, sorry about that, Karen. I had a little minor emergency homeowners association slash. I'm sorry about that, Carolyn. So anywho, so a lot of and then you're looking at a lot of cultures, black culture, white culture, American culture. Like I said, blacks and whites do it, Hispanics do it, they all do it. Where you go to a club and they allow the women in for free. That template comes from the R&B era because now I had mentioned earlier before how Barry White would have all women. A lot of these guys would have all women at their concerts, and it's because a lot of times the women, um, I don't know if they were allowed in free or because if they only allowed women to go to these concerts, but um, women were the preferential. Um, they were the priority ticket holders of these concerts. So I say that to say this: the women were designed to the music was geared towards the women. It was always geared towards the women. You look at your Temptations, you look at your, like I said, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And it's funny because that's why I hate this whole what white and black paradigm is because a lot of white women would go to those concerts, because a lot of them, and this is the era too where ticket prices started going up higher, 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 and so because um, now it's not that way now. I think it's kind of even now when it comes to the. Um, it basically comes down to when you talk about women's wages. I think now pretty much white women and black women pretty much earn. I want to say the same wages. So it's based on your education, really, about how much pay you get as a woman. I say that to say this because I don't want to really get into that whole paradigms. I want to keep music show, but I'm just saying this to say this is because so you had earlier in the 80s and late 70s, you had more white women that had more resources, so you would see, and then you had more of a white woman population. So when these concerts would go, you would have more white women go to these concerts. The point I'm making here is that the underlying factor, whether it be white women, black women, Asian women, that they're all women. That's the underlining factor. Notice how I didn't say, oh, I'm saying white women, black women. I'm saying white women, black women, but it's not a black or white pair. It's not a white woman, black woman. It's not a white black paradigm, is what I'm trying to say. The common denominator is that both of these women, white women, black women, are women. And when the R&B artist was writing for them, he was writing for the black woman, the white woman, because they were women. Nah. R&B is designed for women. Again, but we live in a paradigm where people actually think there's white and black music. There is no white and black music, but there is music for men and there's music for women. Somehow we missed that mark. We done got distracted with race, what white music is, what black music is, but we didn't ever paid attention to what frequencies belong to the men and what frequencies belong to the women. So again, there is no such thing as white or black music, but there is such thing as music geared towards women and music geared towards men. R&B was geared towards men. If you pay attention, again, I'm Gen Z, so I'm the last generation of the educated when it comes to being educated on music and musical history. Anybody after my age, I know, oh no, men can listen to it too. And that's why we have the confusion that we have today. That's why we have the confusion. They're quick to tell you what white and black music is, but don't understand what male and female music is. These be the same people that quick to say some race shit. Oh, that's white music, that's black music. No. No. When it comes to race does not play a factor, but gender does. So, dang, Carolyn, I wish I could have you come up here because I wanted. That's why I was trying to do this show on the StreamYard because I want a woman's take on this because this is something that you know I'm sure you as a white woman Because I'm sure a lot of white women have faced, and I don't even know, you know what, I can't make this assumption because this is why I need my white sisters on. Okay, let me just ask the question. I'll just ask the question, but let me read some of your comments first. So she says, back again, all gravy, it's all part of humanity. Oh, yeah, 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 that's right. So, um, can you imagine being the first few songwriters in history to have people singing music you created, traveling musicians? Good question. I think Carolyn is my age, man. I'm assuming that you're my age, Carolyn, because the way you're talking like you know your history, your American music history. The way you're talking, you must be a Gen Xer, or you got to be my generation, Carolyn. The way you're talking, your wisdom, you're talking with like a lot of sense. You're talking with a lot of sense, Carolyn. Let me read another comment. She says, and I don't know what's. Oh man, I gotta get some water, y'all. Okay, so Carolyn says, women women sing about loneliness and men using about losing women. Right, right. That's true. That's true. In all genres of music. Dang, I'm sorry. I'm struggling with the. That's why I wish I could have your. That's my water. Shit, I'm out of water. That's the problem. Damn. Oh, where's my water? Shit. I need to go get some water. Excuse me, Carol. I'm so sorry. Let me get out. It's cold too. I'm burning up. It's cold. I'm burning up. Ah! Ooh. Excuse me. I am so sorry for that, Carolyn. I got a jewel dry spell in my throat. Oh gosh. I ate a bunch of crackers and damn chickpeas, and I didn't drink no water, so I'm paying for it now. And again, I apologize for the camera angle. I'm gonna have to buy a stand today so I can get fix this because it looks like I'm gonna be doing truck shows from now on because my schedule. So I say that to say this: you will have people quick to tell you what white music is, what black music is, and this is why I wish before I started coughing, I had Carolyn on the panel because I wanted to get your experience on as a white woman, um, which white women are large consumers of R&B. If that was ever a problem for you, Carolyn, as far as like people telling you, well, that's why you listen to the black music. I mean, have you ever faced that? I don't know if you, I don't know, because you being a white woman, I don't know if that's your experience. So, um, if you faced any type of discrimination as far as like the type of music that you like, which, I mean, of course you're going to like it because that music was geared towards you as being a woman. So I'm just curious because me myself, I face that. Black people, we face that because there's a lot of black people who are music police. They are the music popo. They're music 50. They are the music fuzz. And I'm just wondering where this comes from. You know, I mean, it's ignorant as hell. We know that, but like, who signed off on this nonsense? So she says very, very eclectic background, rocks and. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to read all that because it's real tiny. I apologize, Carolyn. So let me keep rolling because I'm driving, so I can't be reading the comments. This is why when I do the stream, y'all without question, y'all can jump on Unfortunately, I'm not on the stream yard, so I do apologize for that. Like I said, I had a call, interrupt the whole show. Jesus Christ. So let me say this, y'all. So again, like I said, that's life. So yeah, hashtag Team Humanity. Hashtag shout out to Josh. That's his hashtag. But I'm gonna start using that hashtag. Hashtag Team Humanity. So, but in hashtag Team Humanity, I have to present the question. We're all human beings, but there are just certain frequencies for men, certain frequencies for women. As y'all know, this whole controversy with men and women competing in the same sports is ludicrous. You know, Trump talks about it all the time. So let me come back to the topic at hand. So when we talk about music, when we talk about R&B were designed for women. Somewhere along the line, I'm just keeping 100 because, like I said, I don't know Carolyn's experience, but somewhere along the line here in America, and I've seen this in several states, in California, Nevada, Georgia, New York, Chicago, New Jersey. So, as you know, I'm well traveled around the United States. I've seen a repeated thing about what white music is and what black music is. Like, the assumption is we all assume that, like, country music, bluegrass, um, country western is all white people music. That's the assumption. Of course, I've never fell into that paradigm. You know, I like good bands. You know, but back to R&B. I don't like R&B no matter how good they are because R&B is not designed for me. It's designed for women. It's designed for you guys, for you women. But somewhere along the line, things got distorted. I think things got distorted because of the whole white black paradigm. Because when you say white music and black music using race, you limit white people, you limit black people when you do that here in America. You limit white people and black people in America when you say it's white people music and black people music. You limit both people when you do that. I don't think white people go for that shit, but no, I take that back. I did go to school with some white people, like, oh, you listen to rap, and white people would have to kind of sneak and listen to rap, but they wouldn't openly let other people know they listen to rap. So yeah, white people suffer from that shit too. So it's just not black people. White people were. I grew up with some white people that were goddamn music police also. So I stand corrected. You got a lot of metalheads that are music police. So it's not just black people. Black people are music police, and you got some metalheads that are music police also. So I take that back. I stand corrected, so I correct myself on that. But by doing that, and this happened in the metal world too, because in the metal world, you have you have heavy metal, right? There's a time and a period where there was called glam rock, or glam, you know, like your Motley Crues, your Poison, your Cinderella. These groups were designed for women. See, I gotta have Lotus on the show for this one. You know what? Carolyn, do I need to do another? Do I need to do a StreamYard? Because I feel like I have to have a. See, this is why I have to have a balance. Have a woman come on the show. So I'm going to start another show. Should I start another show? Because I can't be up here speaking for women. I can't be doing that. I can't be doing that. I cannot be. That's why I was trying to send a bat signal out to GTO, but I can't be. I can't speak. I'm gonna have to start the show over again. I can't do this show until I get some participation. So, Carol, I don't know if you're at work, but what I'm gonna do again is I'm gonna have to shut down this show because there are certain things I can't speak on. Like I said, I can speak on the origin of R&B. The R&B is designed for women. The origin of glam rock is designed for women. When I say glam rock, I'm not talking about your David Bowie. I'm talking about your Motley Crues, your Poison, your Cinderellas. Those hair band groups were designed for women. So what did a lot of metal groups do at that time to retaliate against this whole gear towards women? Then you had your Metallica's, your Slayer come along and like, man, we don't wear no makeup and we don't do all that feminine shit, man. We for us, fuck that. And so your Metallicas, your Slayers, they came out and they came out with tore jeans and just looking rough. And that's when your thrash metal became popular because the men in the metal scene were tired of guys starting these glam rock bands for the chicks. So even in the metal world, they did it. They did it in the metal world. So that backs up my argument. Because again, if you look at, but see, this is why you have to have vast musical knowledge because you can compare and contrast the music. You can compare and contrast the music, and again, it's not a black or white thing. It's a male-female thing. That's what it's about. They're not thinking about white, and black because, believe it or not, the white and black thing, it's funny because, when music was segregated amongst white and black, then you had a thing called crossover. And this is why Metallica are billionaires because of the crossover listening, because their listener base was not restricted just to white males. And so, yeah, but I mean, not only for Metallica, but you have your NWA, you had like your hip hops. Your crossover, the ones who made money are the ones who crossed over into the white community. That's why I said music is a frequency. You can't restrict music to a white, rap is just for black people, country music and rock is just for white people. You can't do that because you hurt that artist, because you're restricting that artist. Music now, again, with the exceptions of the glam rock bands and the R&B, which are designed for women. But that's okay because when your R&B came out, then your rap came out. Your rap is for the men. But then, you had women cross over into rap. So, you had your Queen Latifahs, you had your MC Lights, you know what I'm saying? So, it's many paradigm shifts going on there. But all in all, rap was our men's outlet away from the R&B because R&B for the women. So the men was like, damn, we have to go over into the gangster rap realm and listen to that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a balance. Frequencies that feed the feminine side and frequencies that feed the masculine side. And so again, that's why I said, if you don't believe me, just look at the glam era. The glam era came out, and then after the glam era, you had your women supporting that, and you just had the men. They created a whole thrash era. Your Metallicas, your Slayer, your goddamn Anthraxes, your um, what other thrash metal bands out there, and then you had um, your thrash metal becoming more mainstream, and you had metal come. Then you had death metal. Then it just became harder and harder with the metal. And now you have, I mean, you got grindcore. Well, you got black metal now, and that's what I like, man. It's like when I keep drinking, I need something harder and harder and harder and harder. And now I'm at the stage of goddamn black metal now. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm at stage right now. So yeah, I mean, you know, um, now I'm even listening to crust grindcore, man. That's a whole nother topic, but it's really not a whole nother topic. It just shows you how people bleed away into different genres, um, trying to be distinct and unique. And it's just when, and there's always a term Now the metalheads used it a lot. I mean, black people kind of sort of used it, but not as much as the metalheads. When an artist gets to a certain point, they call them sellouts. Like, oh, in fact, Jason Newsted said this about Metallica. I mean, well, Jason Newsted commented on this about Metallica when they became mainstream. Um, so she says a lot of early Gen X and boomers followers hair bands. So I'm at the gender confusion outraged by so many. I don't know what she means by that, Carolyn. Damn. So okay, so Carolyn is a Gen Xer, and Carolyn is familiar with the hair bands. Okay, so Carolyn, now see this. I need Carolyn on the panel. Carolyn, do you want to come on the panel? Do I need to restart the show so you can come on the panel? Because it seems like you can contribute to this conversation. You a Gen Xer too, so you can help reinforce my argument from a women's point of view, man. Because um, you a Gen Xer, and so you probably know about the whole Sunset and Vine, Hollywood and Vine scene. So it sounds like you know that whole era. So, damn, I need to get you on the panel, sis. I need to get you on the panel. Yes, I can. Oh, I'm sorry, my truck's jumping around. Yes, I can. Come on. Okay, okay. I'm gonna restart the show so you can come on. So I'm gonna restart the show. So let me shut this down. I'm gonna start the StreamYard so you can come on. So don't go nowhere, Carolyn. I'm gonna restart the show. So all right, let me shut this down. I'm gonna come right back, Carolyn. So I'm gonna have you up on the panel so we can have a discussion. All right.